Welcome everyone to the Blocks of Spoken. As always, it is I, RobblyGamer115, joined with Brett, and today we are here to talk about another wonderful season of a Minecraft game show. This one a little closer to home for Brett here, because, Brett hosted it. But we have a player from Big Homie Reindeer Games, which is a side off from the normal Big Homie series. So, before we get into it, before we talk about who we have here, last warning, we are going to be talking all about it, completely spoiling it. Highly recommend watching Reindeer Games before we get into this conversation. So, last warning, 3, 2, 1, there you go. We are here joined with, and correct me if I'm wrong because it's been a couple months, but I believe 5th placer Nifty? 5th?
Correct,
Right?
Amundo. Yeah, the last person
Yeah.
to make it out before the finale episode.
So yeah, how you doing, Nifty?
I'm doing well. The Christmas spirit has definitely died down, but it'll swing back in a few months here.
I mean, they say Christmas in July. We could have Christmas in August, right?
I mean, it was just July, like just a couple days ago. So like,
Yeah,
it's basically
man.
the same thing if you
It's
think about
almost
it.
we can count it at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
but doing all right. Glad to be on the show here. Thanks for having me, both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for this one because, like I said, this is the first one we're doing where me or Brett was directly involved. Brett
Yeah.
in this case, not me.
Yeah,
Although
well, it could have been. It could have been all three of us involved.
it could have been. I don't know. Have you heard this, Nifty? That I
No,
was
I haven't. Were
very
you a backup or something?
Nifty. I was contacted half an hour before the season started.
What?
Oh, no, okay. So, lore, backstory, whatever you want to call it. At midnight, it might have been 2 a.m. Somebody who was gonna be on the season messaged me and was like, "Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be there." Or like, I was like, "Oh my god, why did you message me this at 2 a.m.?" This is
Wait. No, I need to know. Name the person. Name them.
it was Abby from season one.
Ooh.
One of my personal friends.
One of the homies.
Yes. She was supposed to be on it. Had a cool skin and everything. See, I actually pulled up the chart I have of the cast, and she is still on it. It never got updated because of how last second the switch was. So I wake up because I didn't see this message at night. I wake up early in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, like what the okay. So I just start messaging people. I see Rob's online. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll hit up Rob, see what he's up to. And he said, "No, I hate Big Homie, and I don't want to come." That's pretty much what happened?
That is not what I said. I believe what I said was, "I'm sorry, I have plans this evening, and I don't want to start something."
That's the classic
commit to
excuse.
finish."
Yeah. We all know that one.
Yeah, no. So I remember you said
Also-
that, but I just knew what you really meant behind that. You know
Also,
what I mean?
not knowing what I was agreeing to. If I had agreed to it, does that mean there would have been 5 people from season 4?
Oh
Okay,
god.
Like, that would have been over half the cast at that point. That would've been
Season 4 part 2. Season 4 part 2.
You could have been the redemption that season 4 needed, though. Like
Absolutely
they
not.
flopped.
I am not good at competitions usually. Like,
You said that in season 4. You won a couple of those arenas.
look,
cooking.
just because something works out once doesn't mean lightning's gonna strike twice, you know? That's my mindset, at least. But, I was asked if I would play. I unfortunately had to decline. I do remember being upset about it, because I was like, oh, that does kind of sound fun. And then, I believe I know the answer to this, but you want to share who ended up being the replacement?
Well, I offered my other good pal Nacho Pig, I think like $20 to show up because it was also just like so last second. I was like, "Hey man, uh, there's a prize if you win, but also I would give you." He's the only one that got an appearance fee, I guess. So Nifty, close your ears. Yeah, he got an appearance fee, but he did show up, and I was very, very happy. And this is also somebody who was previously I blacklisted him from Big Homie just because the last time he played, all he did was sing Drake songs the entire time, and he made it to like final three, and it made me really upset when I was editing because I'm like, oh my god, we're trying to do the veto meeting, and this guy's singing Drake. What's going on? But no, I was very he showed up, and I think we'll get into it. I was very happy with having him there. So, it all worked out. And I like you said, it's probably good we didn't have like 5 people from season 4 there.
I gotta agree on that one too. It was nice
Yeah.
having a little bit more diversity, and also
Yeah.
Alex showing up for a first time appearance on the series, so that was cool.
Very true.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is a different kind of a season.
Yeah.
It's not normal Big Brother. Instead, I've said this before. I'm not a huge Big Brother fan as it is, but I guess this is an actual thing Big Brother's done before. Is like, what is it, like a 2-week season essentially of things?
Yeah, I think like from what I understand, because I knew it existed, and I was like, oh, that might be something fun to do at some point. But I like didn't watch the full season until I was like, okay, let me like we're actually gonna do this. I need to watch the full season and like know what's actually going on. But from what I know, I think it was like the people weren't actually even like living in the house. They kind of recorded it over like a week or two. I'm not sure how long, but yeah, it's a very more like competitions based series. Like it does share some similarities with Big Brother, of course, but like I don't know. It is a very different game, I guess I'd say. Like I don't know. If you are not good at competitions, it is going to be very hard. Like you can
Yeah.
survive very long without it. As
Yeah, Alex showed that very
as
well.
yeah, but it is a very hard to like thing to like win the show if like you're not like the competitions is a bit like a huge thing in this. And Big Brother, like that's different because like you don't even have to win a competition to win Big
Mhm.
Brother.
Sure.
But yeah, this was definitely a different experience for me too. I'd never played a show like it before. Even just the theming of it. I hadn't played in any sort of like holiday themed recorded or unrecorded in the community before that point. So being able to like get the Christmas skin done uh from Elena, that was cool. Getting into character with the name change to Saint Nifty Nick for the season.
I
Like
don't even know if
it
I noticed the name change when I watched
yeah,
this.
I don't know if anyone outside of the season playing did, but I went all in for it, man. It
That's
was a
awesome,
fun
though.
time. Yeah.
You also had a very like you started beefing with the Grinch, like a whole storyline,
Yeah,
like
I've had rivalries with players before, and I also still low key had one with Tucker that season, but I've never had a rivalry with a cast member or a production member before. So like being able to like get into that with the Grinch there, Alex, that was fun.
You're missing
um,
out. My favorite rivalries in games like this is always with whoever the host is. One of my favorite bits, and that I do, and I've done this on a number of different games that I've been a part of, but the very first game that I did this in was actually my season of Big Homie. Was try to convince the players to unionize against the host.
all right, how did that go, huh?
Usually not great.
yeah, there was I think there is a confessional that season of you just straight up saying "fuck you" to me when the arena twist got announced. So,
Oh yeah, no,
Rob loves beefing with the production member.
it's a fun kind of beef. Now, like I don't know if I've ever been actually. I can think of one instance that I won't go into where I was genuinely upset with a host of a game. I won't go into that.
Fair enough.
But besides that one instance, every other time I do stuff like that, it's me just fucking around, and B, I always make sure that whoever the host is knows that I'm fucking around. Ian knows that if it ever, like, crosses a line to let me know, and I will cut it out immediately. Like one of the Discord orgs I'm currently in, the host is this. I don't know how old they are. They're like a 17-year-old kid.
What?
But like, I've known them now for a little over a year, and they're just a really chill guy. And like, I give them mad shit all the time. And it's like really weird because of the age discrepancy. But like, I don't know, we're just chill like that.
Get that older brother or older cousin kind of dynamic going, you know.
I
just give them
guess.
shit.
Me and someone else in the game, we literally made an alliance together, and we called it the fuck, and then just the name of the host alliance. So yeah, fun. But yeah, what where do we begin with this season?
Well, I mean, it
Fix
was
up my speaker here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you all good, Nifty? Hopefully no tech issue. Hello?
All right. Hey,
Hey,
I think I'm
all good?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I was just saying, where do we want to begin talking about this season?
I mean, cast of 9. Oh, I think it's echoing again. Hello?
Are we all good?
This isn't anything with the Mac. It's specifically the fact that I'm trying to use AirPods. I was having this issue the other day where it's like it's randomly connecting and disconnecting.
Oh, that's
Hold on.
weird.
All right, I'm back for now, but if that happens again, then I'll try to find something else to work with.
Okay.
All right, so where are we starting with?
Well, I mean, coming into the house, obviously, it's a little bit of a smaller cast, a cast of 9. I guess like you come in, you see who you're playing against. Obviously, you know, there might be some people you know here, maybe some you know a little more well than others. So, what were your thoughts with you know, the cast and everybody you were potentially going to be playing with when you got into the game?
So, I mean, leading up into the season, I already knew that my partner Dia was going to be in there. That was just like a pregame that you kind of gave to me.
Yeah.
Not that it ended up helping us too much in the long term anyway. Like they had the confidence to take on a Jingle Bell Brawl that they had no business taking on, and ended up losing on their own confidence. But yeah, I feel like that was fun. I've played in a few game shows with them in the past. Even before we started dating, because I kind of wanted to test out our dynamic together. Um, so we've worked well together in the past before, and it was just fun being in a more lighthearted kind of game show with Adia this time. I think if we were like on a Survivor or actual Big Homie season together, it wouldn't have been as enjoyable to play because I would have been more stressed out about trying to keep both of us safe through all the BS that usually happens in these kind of games. But that was fun, you know, just being able to chill out and having the little the little conversation on the bed together. Of course there was Dell there too. I I knew that he was gonna be starting up shit from the get-go. Proved to be a very quick rivalry between him and Robster, who I also liked seeing for the first time. I mean, obviously Robster's been around in this community for a long time like me, and we've just never crossed paths before then. It was a nice opportunity to still meet someone new despite all the faces that I recognized from the community. Um, yeah, and then you know, there was Tucker there too. I uh I had ambitions during the first round of the game to screw over Tucker, and I ended up just choosing the wrong opponent to put him up against during that first Jingle Bell Brawl. I feel like Tucker could have lost against some other people, but I didn't want to make too many waves against potential alliances early on. So I just put up two people that I felt weren't as connected and that kept the heat off of me. And then it ended up just putting more heat on me over time when Tucker survived. So misplay there, but I tried it, and he got me out in the end for it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I think it was it's so funny because going back to like Dia being on the season, not like I don't really think in the game like anybody I don't think that
no,
like it got out there and it was so
no,
funny after the season seeing people be like, "Wait, huh? Wait, I like cuz like nobody knew until the videos came out. No, people had zero clue that this was a thing." I
I
it
was
I
was
just
was
like
wondering that because never at any point does anyone say anything about this relationship except for you and Dia in confessionals. Like, so I was always wondering, like, do people not know? Because I know for me it was funny because I found out you two were a couple watching the video as well. Me
yeah,
and you have played in games together, Nifty, and to some extent worked together.
hmm
And then in my Big Homie season, Dia ended up being like my number one ally at the beginning.
yeah.
So it's just like, oh, what the hell? My allies are oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you're just drawn towards, I guess, a crowd that really vibes together.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
um,
no, it was really funny because I remember when I first saw the cast. I know for me, like, immediately I was like, oh my goodness, I'm rooting for you. Like, I have to.
yeah.
And then once I heard that you guys are a couple, I was like, all right, I'm rooting for both of them.
I think the funniest part for me was it was like after episode 2 or 3, Dell pinged me in the cast server being like, "What? I never knew! You guys are a couple? What the hell?" Like, just his entire shocked reaction. And I guess especially with the fact that I did end up putting Dia into the Jingle Bell Brawl. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. We kept it really low key during the season. I didn't know if it would really get us targeted that much. I mean, we did end up getting put in a Jingle Bell Brawl together against Robster anyway. Um, but yeah, it was just something I wanted to kind of keep on the side, not draw a huge focus onto it during the season because I was just there to mostly have a good time and hang out with some people for the day. So, and the
Mm-hmm.
challenge is being able to win so many of them and almost make it to the finale. That was a nice, just kind of bonus on top of the whole experience for me.
There you go.
Yeah,
What about some of the other people like Mike who was on the season? Was Did you have any
Mike.
thoughts on
Uh,
Mike or?
well, I thought he would beat Tucker. Uh,
You
I
did think that?
honestly,
Whoops.
I mean, I know Mike a little bit. I don't know if this was our first time playing together, but um yeah, I thought he was all right. Just out of all the options on the cast though, unfortunately I didn't feel like I wanted to put anyone else up against him first round. Um Nacho, uh I had a I think I had a decent conversation with him during the first week, and I also just didn't want to have like the two OG homies go up on the first week against each other. Like
That's only
back in Big
fair.
Homie 3, that was our whole agenda as the newbies. Like like so many of them went after. I didn't personally because I was still putting up on the block next to them. But like I didn't want that same situation to kind of happen again.
Yeah, and arguably it should have happened in season 4. Whoops.
Whoops, so who let that one slip by, huh?
Wasn't me. But regardless.
Yeah. Um Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who have I not touched on the cast yet? Because we had
What about Landon? Landon was on the season, right?
Landon. Yeah, this was my first time hooking up with Landon in a show. We worked together pretty well with Adele. I think he's a chill dude. I liked his just working with him and talking to him throughout the game. Um, I I was I wasn't surprised to see Dell turn on him the way he did, but I was just hoping that he would pull through to try and make it closer to finale with me. Um, I feel like he would have been a good finale representative for that season, but yeah.
I feel like we were forgetting a legend of Big Homie Reindeer Games that hasn't been
Oh,
spoken about yet. Probably the greatest competitor of the season, Alex Cade. You
of
know,
course, of course, the cookie crumble and the milk. I
uh,
uh I hooked up with Alex pretty early on and was promising to like take him to the end and everything. I never did him wrong. I mean, I know that a lot of people were thinking of taking him to the end anyway because as you mentioned earlier, it really was a challenge dominated format and this was it was not Alex Cade's field
I,
of expertise, we'll put it that way.
I feel
Um
like if I was on the season, me and Alex would have been competing for that spot. Like,
Oh, I don't know if you needed to compete. 4 people make it to the end, you know, like
I guess. I think
oh.
I think I do. I think I will say I think I do better than Alex in these comps, but not by a lot.
Yeah, I think Alex just was using a trackpad and didn't even have a mouse. Like it was just
Oh my
Oh
cooked. It was
lord,
just
really?
no,
yeah, yes. So
No.
that explains a
yeah,
lot of it actually.
like very unfortunate. Like looking back, there was like only one person who I'd say came into the season with an absolute like 0% chance of winning the game, unfortunately, and I think that is Alex. Like I just don't think
I
there's
do have to
any
agree with you.
combination, and that's not a shot at Alex. That is just like an unfortunate fact due to the
Yeah,
trackpad and the compatibility. But I was
it's
so
just the
happy
format of
Alex
the
made it.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so a little lore with like kind of how Reindeer Games came to be that relates to Alex is, obviously I think in the season showed a little flashback, and obviously Rob knows about like Alex Cade was the 12th cast member on Big Homie 4. And then our, Nifty, you love Mumble as you do.
Of course.
The old great voice software that Nifty also had some struggles with during season 3, being
I
on
nearly
Mac.
got evicted. I nearly got
Yes.
evicted first for the whole issues, man. It
Yes.
was such a close vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
Alex got evicted so hard that he didn't even make the edit. So
yeah, Alex Cade also on a Mac. I set it up. It was a long, hard process, as it was with you when we did it way back when. But it worked. We tested it. We get on the season for season 4, and everybody can hear Alex everywhere. And we spent like I don't remember how long it was. I think it
it
was
was an
almost an
hour. It
hour.
was an
Like
hour.
everybody's in
Gosh.
the house running around, and I am just like
I
trying to save Alex's life in the
I know
background.
we're not talking about season 4, but since you bring this up, I'm gonna mention this now. Part of me's a little annoyed that you didn't have this in the edit at all. And the reason I say that is because I think it I think Alex almost being on season 4 actually explains a lot of my early struggles in the game.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because I spent almost an hour trying to help Alex out as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the house were starting to get with each other already. But I was trying to connect with Alex because I heard Alex. I was like, oh, I want to work with Alex. But after an hour, Alex goes, and I'm like already almost on the bottom because people have already been
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. Very
So it was
shout
a
out Mumble.
shit
Shout out
situation.
Mumble.
Shout out to Mumble,
Yeah.
indeed.
Well, so another piece of lore was like Alex Kidd was also supposed to be on season 3 with you, Nifty. Very funny. Was on the cast, had different computer issues. I don't really remember what was going on there, but was like dropped like a week before, like something like that. So Reindeer Games was basically just it was kind of conceived as this idea of like, how do we get Alex Cade on a Big Homie season? Like, how do we do this? Because Big Homie, if you don't know, we use like a proximity voice chat thing. Nowadays we got one works great with Mumble. Or not Mumble, no, works great
Fuck
with Mac.
Mumble.
Yeah, no, it works great with Mac. Nifty was able to get on here and have it set up in like
Yeah.
2 seconds.
This was a really
Phenomenal.
smooth experience to get on this
Yes.
podcast. Yeah.
Yes, but at the time, I did not know about this. We were still using Mumble, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess we could do. I was, Reindeer Games was already kind of an idea. I was like, okay, I guess we could do this, and we'll just do it in a Discord thing, like kind of how other game shows do it. We just had it was in a Discord, which is the only Big Homie season that hasn't featured the proximity chat was Reindeer Games.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, this is how we do it. This is how we get Alex Cade on the season. And I'm like, well, this will also work great for Nifty as well, because we don't have to worry about,
setting up all that again. Yeah,
exactly.
Get all the Mac users together.
I was like,
get them in one season, shoot them all out. That's it. No more Mac.
Yeah.
I remember Big Homie 5 apps were specifically no apps or no Mac applicants for the first while of it.
Yeah. And then I figured out how I found this godsend of a voice chat plugin or whatever, and now all Mac people are welcome. Amazing.
I was gonna say, I will say, not to go into it, but there is at least one person on Mac on Big Homie 5, so
let's go.
Shout
Mac
out.
representation.
Continuing the trend. Let's go.
But yeah, let's get into this. So, as we said, this is a really challenge-dominated format. So I guess let's just go through the challenges.
Yeah.
So, remind me, what is the first challenge that happens? Because I remember some of the challenges, just not the order.
So the format of the challenges, this is like a SparkNotes version of it. Each episode had 3 challenges. There was the Naughty or Nice whatever challenge, I guess is what you call it, where everybody competes, winner gets an advantage for the next challenge and can give somebody a disadvantage. Bang. The second challenge, I guess, is the most an HOH, if you can call it that. The winner of that, it's called the Jingle Bell Brawl. The winner, basically, there's different twists with it throughout the days that we'll see, but they basically pick 2 people to kind of face off in the third challenge, which is the Grinch's Showdown, where somebody gets eliminated. So those are the 3 challenges of each kind of episode that y'all went through during the season.
All right. So what was this first Naughty or Nice?
So the first one, I think it was the big Christmas tree, and it was called Homieville, a spin on Whoville, you might say, where everybody ran in. There's a similar season or similar challenge like this in season 4, Rob. I think it's the egg hunt challenge. So
which was our first veto comp.
Yeah. So this was you run around, grab presents. I think there's golden presents that were worth a little bit more.
Whatever.
Yeah. So that was the first challenge of the season, and do you remember how you did, Nifty? I'm trying to think.
I was second or third place. I had a really strong start to the count, but then it was blown away by it was one of Tucker or Nacho, I think, that got the advantage in the end. And they had 5 or 6. I remember you went over there and you're like, I'm not even gonna bother counting all this. I think you won.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Nacho, and I think in the video you see.
I just checked.
Okay, you see in the video too. I guess I never specified that you couldn't do this, but Tucker places a couple of presents on Nacho's thing. We got a little teamwork
going each other out again.
Wait,
yeah, there's a little bit of scheming going on there.
Of course, Tucker would do that. Yeah.
I guess that was a big thing.
Wild.
That happened in season 3, I guess, too.
That's the whole reason they got targeted in the first place.
Wait, what happened in season 3?
Oh my god.
It was the first veto challenge or something. They were one of them was passing stuff off to the other to help him out during the challenge. Someone else noticed this and was clocking oh, all right, so all the returnees, they're working together. We got to get them out.
I remember this now,
yeah.
No, yeah. So
I
big
can
scandal.
tell you, nothing like that. To my knowledge, nothing like that happened in season. So,
yeah.
if it did, that would blow my friggin' mind. So,
So I'm not surprised there. Yeah, but then we
so
moved
yeah.
into that next competition that I forget the name of them again.
The Nachos Mayhem, the Ender Eye competition, where
Yeah.
you did a pretty good job, I might say, at that competition.
Yeah, I remember that I was like sandwiched between a bunch of people who I felt okay with. The only one I was uncertain about was Mike, and he like looked at me at the start of the challenge, punched me, nodded, I nodded back, and we didn't target each other the whole time. So
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
was in a perfect spot where like no one around me wanted to put eyes on my platform, and I was just like vibing the whole time, slowly knocking people down. And by the time it got to the end, it was like I just had to put one in Dell's, and Dell had to put like five in mine. It was like insane how that flipped around. But yeah, I ended up winning the power for that first round, and like back in Big Homie 4, I never won HOH, I only won 2 vetoes. So having that kind of power to actually put up 2 people for elimination, it was really surreal for me, and I felt like I had a lot of responsibility on my plate. So I took it pretty seriously. I was hearing everyone out. I was trying to judge the options and figure out how this would affect my positioning and gameplay for the rounds to come, because I didn't know how seriously other people would be taking it with like alliances and such. Um, I'm glad that it was a pretty lighthearted experience overall, but yeah,
Oh,
there was a lot of heat between Robster and Dell at that
oh, we'll get
first
into that.
2 rounds.
well, yeah.
I did not want to be part of that heat. I kept both of them away from elimination and let them go into the second round together, hoping that I could still work with one side or the other.
hmm
Um, but yeah, that's ultimately where I made the play to try and go after Tucker, because why not? You know, he'd had decreasing placements in every
Yes,
season of Big
yes.
Homie. I wanted to keep up that trend.
I love
So,
the idea that that was why you wanted to take him
It
oh
on.
my
was.
gosh, it would have been so. I was rooting for Tucker's my good. I saw Tucker last night. I love Tucker. I was rooting because it would have been a perfect like. He was second to last place, third to like he had been like fourth to last, third to last, second to last. This would have completed the like pyramid of his
Yeah, man.
placements, and I'm like, this is such a funny reason to try to get somebody out, but I was rooting for it so hard. I'm like, oh my god, Nifty is doing the funny. Let's go. I was so, oh my gosh.
If this was like another Big Homie season, I would have taken it more seriously. But just because it was a 9-person cast and like, you know, the lighthearted Christmas theming, why not go for the fun, entertaining bits? Why
Yeah.
not?
Fair enough. Can't argue too much with that. I was very interested though about why you put Mike in, because I know I had played uh, Big Homie with Mike, and Mike never once. I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Mike win a single comp in Big Homie 4?
It See, it's very funny. I know for I think he won two, but one of the competitions he won was the Ender Eye thing, and all he did was stand still and like stare at people whenever they tried to put eyes in his thing. Like he was just puppy guarding his eye of Ender thing, and it worked. Like he just stared at it.
Which I should have done. I should have done that because I wasn't. I knew I wasn't getting any eyes myself. So like, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yes.
either way, I was like, if you want Tucker out, there's better people to put in
Yeah,
against Tucker.
I wasn't, like I said, it was the first round. First time I had this kind of responsibility of power. I wasn't sure if it would bite me in the butt to like put up someone else, or you know, for example, I could have put up Dell or Rob, and or Robster, and probably been fine, um, going forwards. anyway, but I just really wanted to secure more connections in the house, and Mike was someone that I didn't feel as close to coming into the game or during that first round. I appreciated that, he made that deal with me at the challenge, but that wasn't like a binding contract for me to keep him safe either.
No,
I
of course
was
not.
I was not aware of Mike's challenge record from Big Homie 4 because Big Homie 4 hadn't finished coming out by the time we
Oh,
recorded
is that the
Reindeer
case?
Games.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I had
Ah,
no idea. Like, half the cast was season 4 reps and I had no idea how they really did in the season. Like,
I see.
so I did not have that knowledge. If I did, I probably would have made a different choice to make sure Tucker went out. But
Yeah.
that's just the
I
call I went with. I had more faith in Mike. And then
I
that
think I think of
elimination
the
challenge turned out to be the funniest thing to watch.
yeah.
I was gonna say, to be fair, Tucker still almost got out. He was so ahead on the puzzle, but just could not complete it for the long. Like
It
Mike,
was so funny.
yeah. I'm not gonna say Mike was like about to come back, but like it started to become like an actual like, okay, wait,
There was
like there's a
something there.
chance. Yeah. Puzzles. Tucker was not great on that puzzle whatsoever. The parkour he could do, but the puzzle part, no, no.
It was so funny watching him just continue to rearrange the whole thing row by row until he finally got the right alignment. Like, he did not know how to go about solving that at all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, well, Tucker, unfortunately, what came out victorious, and then Mike was booted out the door by your hand. I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
But
know. Maybe it was from his own clumsy feet, honestly, but
this is
yeah.
true. This is true.
Mike ended up going out as collateral. I was bummed about that, but I was willing to move forward and try to take Tucker out on a different round.
Yes, and moving into the second day, this day was a little different.
Yeah.
Little different.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Wait.
I'm not even getting there yet. Not yet, because there is a couple
Wait,
things.
I
What?
need to mention something really
Yes,
quickly.
yes.
Because I'm just glancing through the episodes again. I totally
Mhm.
forgot that under Nifty's name it said OTEV champion.
That is my legacy in this series, man.
God
Like,
damn.
Braden can only wish that he was as good of an OTEV champ as I was.
Very, very true.
God damn.
Oh.
I forgot because I remember, not to get too much into it, but like I remember you showing up for the challenge in our season,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, that's funny. I kind of know Nifty, but like, I don't think it was until after I was watching it back that I realized all of the actual drama going on. I was like, oh.
Braden is probably one of the funniest rivalries that I've ever had in the series. I don't want to actually disrespect him at all. And our rivalry was really just out of that one round where I took him out by winning the veto against him. But it's just transcended Big Homie 3 so much to the point where I love it. I love teasing him about it every now and again still.
I mean, fair
He might have
enough.
ended up winning Big Homie 4, but he can't beat me. Can never beat me.
Oh my gosh. Well, day 2 transpires a little differently. There's the naughty or nice challenge. I think it was the sledding race that Nacho ended up winning. So this is 2 in a row that Nacho's won the naughty and nice. And he's faced with the decision to basically pick a team, because this Jingle Bell Brawl is announced as a team challenge, and he does not pick you to join his team. I don't know if that
Naturally.
was because him and Tucker are tight, and you just tried to murder Tucker. That might have been part of it. But with any case, you end up on a squad with yourself, Robster, Dia, and Alex Cade. Thoughts on your
dream team.
Yeah.
The dream team, man. Let me tell you. So we were stacked up on a PvP challenge against the other side, and we had bows and like a bunch of snow blocks we could build with. My strategy was to hunker down, make like a home base, and try to snipe them from afar. They were not having any of that. They charged straight through all of our defenses and just wiped us out.
Dude, this
immediately,
is
'cause
an
none
ass
of us,
whooping.
Yeah.
none of us knew how to PvP. I sure as hell don't.
Yeah.
Dia barely plays Minecraft. Alex Cade was on a trackpad. Robster was probably the best out of our squad.
I don't know. It might have been you.
Maybe. I at least had a plan going into it, right? Like, I was trying to be tactical about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can't really be tactical about something you have no skill in. I'm just gonna say that outright.
Mm-hmm.
I had no business trying to coordinate a game plan with the squad I had. Like, we would have, our odds would have been just as equal if we had charged ahead and faced them in the middle of battle. There was no plan that was gonna save our squad.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys were against Nacho, Tucker, Dell, and Landon, right?
Yeah.
So let me correct me if I'm wrong, but we have Nacho, Tucker, and Dell, who are 3 of the final 4. Actually, I think they're the final 3, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, you could say final 3. I think.
And then Landon, who is actually a pretty good challenge competitor in himself. When I first saw the people on season 4, I remember being like, Landon's probably the best comp player out of that.
Yeah.
So,
No, I thought it was very funny though, because like I was switching between the calls before the fight. Nifty's over here, like, okay, this is our game plan, like, you know, very like trying to coordinate something, and then I joined the other call, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna run in, like, like no planning, like they're just like, yeah, we'll start with the bow, and then we'll just run in, and then Nifty's got this.
Worked.
Okay, we ballin'.
I was so focused on keeping to the plan that I didn't have any sort of idea of what I'd do if they actually rushed up like that. I should have considered that for any moment of time. Like, what if we don't get the time to put up these defenses? What if they just run? Anyway.
I mean, hindsight 2020, you know?
So I was the first one to die, and then everyone else followed.
Yeah, I think you got hit off with the little base from behind, and it was just over after that.
Yeah, man, that was embarrassing, and it's all on camera for everyone to watch.
But yeah, your team ultimately lost, and then another little switch up this round. The other team basically had to come to a decision to save one player from your team. And then the other 3 were going to be forced to face off in the Grinch's Showdown and face elimination.
Yeah. And
I wonder who they saved.
At this point, I was allied with Dell and Lan, and I was really hoping that they would vouch for me, but it made sense to just take Alex out of there and let the rest of us fight it out. Like, I knew that was probably going to be their decision. I still had a sliver of hope that things would turn around the other way, but it ended up being me, Dia, and Robster going into that second Jingle Bell Brawl.
I remember when I saw this episode, going into that second one, I remember thinking to myself, oh no, Dia's cooked here.
And then we actually get into it, and it's like, nah, it's just make some cookies, dude.
that kitchen, man, that kitchen. I still, yeah, it's basically like I don't know what you would call it, kind of like a bake-off. Everybody's got to run through, grab the ingredients, fill up the table with the cookies.
It looked like a Hell's Kitchen kind of setup there.
Yeah.
I was expecting the Grinch to come in with a Gordon Ramsay outfit.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been
funny.
But nah, we just get Christmas cookie Kringles. Gotta go into the pantry and find the right stuff to make the cookies and place them on the table in time. And I figured there was a chance that any one of us could have gone out at this point, right? Because it's it's not like a huge skill-based thing. There's some luck to finding the right materials first. But while you, Rob, thought that Dio was going to be cooked, I knew that Dio was going to be just fine because, like, we play survival Minecraft every now and again. Cookies are like one of the staple things that we craft just for the hell of it. So we both knew the recipe and like everything needed. It was just a matter of like getting to it first. So, yeah, Dia ended up finishing that whole thing first, and it was me versus Robster, and I ended up clutching it out. I don't know how close Robster was to finishing that challenge out, but I think there was a bit of a considerable gap between the two of us there, so that
I
was a
think he
pretty
was in the
nasty
pantry
defeat.
still. I think he was still in the
Looking at the
pantry.
video, he's holding cocoa. So I don't even think he had cocoa.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, Robster! Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so you and Dia win, and then nothing happens after that. The episode just ends, right?
Well, Brad, I think you're forgetting one little fact.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a quick blink and you'll miss it. Dell might have had a reaction.
Oh, yeah, see, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's such an easy thing to slip the mind, you know?
Yeah, probably because you edited out most of it, but
Very much so. Nifty can attack, because I don't think you've ever seen the raw uncut footage.
I want to see the raw footage.
It was like
Do you have the raw footage still?
I'd have to look. I'm not sure. I might.
It was a full, like, 7 minutes of them going back and forth at it. It got out of hand. They were talking about stuff that was completely unrelated to the game show itself, getting into community drama and beef that the two of them had. It got nasty, and like it did not need to go that far. So, I mean, thank you, Brett, for editing out as much as you did. I was really waiting for someone to step in earlier and stop the madness, but it just kept going.
Yeah, I think there was one of the times like, okay, yeah, we're good, and then they just started going, and I'm like, oh my god, why, what are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah, that was a what's the word? Not so jolly of an experience right there. No. The Christmas spirit was not in the kitchen that night at all. And yeah, well, Robster unfortunately was eliminated there. And that was somebody who you were like kind of working with. You were working with both Dell and Robster, kind of playing the middle between them.
Like, if one of them had gone out, I was okay with swap onto the other. After that elimination, I was definitely like, man, I wish this could have ended way differently, because like I did not like that reaction from Dell at all. That none of the most of what was said there should not have come out in front of the whole entire cast and production. That should have been something that they took to DMs if they really wanted to. But I mean, the game moves on, and I'm not one to really hold grudges or stuff like that over people. I kept working with Dell, admittedly. So.
Yep.
Game is game. I mean.
We get to day 3, and then there's Home Alone. Boom!
Yeah.
The jolly vibes are back. It's
more PvP, more people dying. Let's go.
This is the closest that Alex Cade came to winning a competition on the season, and it is a travesty that it did not happen. If you don't know, we had Wither and Alex, 2 Big Homie 4 legends, show up in their little robber outfits, and they ran around trying to murder everybody.
I remember I saw the 2 of them show up, and I remember saying to myself, motherfucker, does everyone from season 4 show up except for me? I was like, am I going to be the only fucker not here involved in some capacity?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, how the fuck does Wither and Alex show up?
Yeah. Legendary pull. Legendary. One thing I really liked about this like hide and seek challenge that we ended up doing was, because usually like in the other seasons it'll be like, okay, you just kind of run, hide, they find you, you're kind of cooked, right? But in this one, we gave people like little cobwebs, little bows to shoot. You know,
I
very
liked
Home
that.
Alone-esque. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to fight back, and that led to a lot of like goofy shenanigans going on in the challenge.
Yeah, no, that seemed fun, and honestly, compared to like a typical hide and seek comp, I definitely think I prefer this one because it gives the players a little more agency.
Yeah.
But I also understand that like in a typical like Big Brother house, that wouldn't make as much sense. So
Yeah, it was nice having the different set piece too, because it was a space that, none of the cast or the hunters were necessarily familiar with. So being able to have some of those hiding spaces, I know that some people got away with hiding in the closets for an absurd amount of time. Yeah, I got out pretty early in this challenge, but not without juking around a few hits and trying to run out the door to make my great escape. But once I was spotted, there was like no way that I was making it. I should have saved a cobweb or two for like an emergency pull to try and get away even more, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And I think Landon ended up winning the challenge.
Yeah.
His advantage, which proved to be a good one, was we move on to the Jingle Bell Brawl with the horse race, and he ends up getting to pick his horse first, and then like I think the disadvantage went to Dell, and he just like got the last pick of the horse or whatever. I don't know if you remember what horse you had. I think they were named after the reindeers.
Yeah, they had there wasn't Rudolph there, I know that much, but we had every other reindeer pulling Santa's sleigh. I'm pretty sure I took Dasher because I thought, or maybe that was Landon who took Dasher. I just remember that name seemed like it would be equivalent to a fast horse.
can't argue with that.
Did not pull out the win. Landon, with his first pick, actually did end up picking the fastest horse just by chance.
Yeah.
Which do you remember which one Landon took? Because I didn't realize that the horses were named.
Yeah, I think it was Dasher. If I do right, because I think I went. So I have this mod where like each of the horses have different stats in Minecraft or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And like I spawned in, they were all different. Like there's some that were great, some that weren't so great. And I had a mod that told me like the horse's stats, and the one that was the best, I named Dasher because I'm like, I mean that makes sense, right? Like as Nifty was saying, so I named that one Dasher, and I'm pretty sure Landon did end up having like literally just the best horse. And I mean, there were still obstacles to go around, but he cleared them pretty easily.
There could be an argument though for like Blitzen being the best.
Maybe.
Like
True.
Comet, Blitzen. Yeah, there's a bunch of fast kind of names. You got Prancer.
Would be like the slowest. Maybe like Prancer would be the slowest. They just like prance around.
Well, I don't know. Prancer, I get the idea of like really dexterous, like just being able to skip over rocks on a river or something. Like that kind of speed. But I'm trying to think of the other names here. Like Blitzen.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
What the hell is Donner supposed to be? Like
the Donner Party, obviously.
Well, then that's going to be the slowest.
True, they didn't make it far. Whoops.
Okay, well, obviously, as we said, Landon won the challenge, and this is where we get into the parkour challenge. What did I call it? It was the one where you call in the people, basically. You go one at a time. Landon, as the winner, was safe, and he gets to pick the person to go in first with the most time. And then the next person, I think it was 30 seconds left to finish the parkour course.
Yeah.
And there's some strategy that goes on here, like with Landon trying to figure out who's going to go in first and what who the target is. I believe you had somebody in mind too who you wanted to go home this route.
Tucker, of course. I wanted to keep up that target,
I love
man.
This rivalry that you just created. Where you're just like, fuck Tucker.
Because I tried to boot him out first. I knew he was gonna be trying to come after me eventually for that. Like I didn't want to keep him around.
So I'm just gonna make it my damn mission. Gonna try to make peace. Nope.
Nah, that's not in my nature. The amount of rivalries that I've had throughout all of my game show appearances, where I just keep targeting the same person
God
over and over
damn.
again, it is definitely a flaw within my game style.
For my own
But I
reference, do we have one or?
no, we do not.
Okay.
Not yet.
I was gonna say
Ooh.
if I think correctly, I think I've played with you twice, and I think I've bested you twice. So
Well, there's no hard blood between us. There
yeah.
definitely not. But
we could
anyway.
talk about a recent thing we were on. But I won't. Maybe after recording.
Maybe. Um, but yeah, so we were trying to plan out to get Tucker out. Dell really wanted to talk with me specifically about the order of things. Um, because we saw how Tucker had handled that first Jingle Bell Brawl, was jumping over the parkour pretty easily. So we figured that we would need to really wind down the time for us to have a realistic chance of getting him out this round. Um, Dell was like, "You gotta go up, but like, when do you want to go up?" And I feel like I could have done it with less time, but I j- I wanted to secure my spot, of course, and I took it after Dell did. Um, and after that point, the order was like trying to figure out, yeah, do we send up Nacho? Do we send up Dia? Like, how many people do we really need to be risking here before it gets out of our hands, too? Like, we don't have control over who gets picked after a certain amount of people go up there. Um,
So I
so
checked the video. You had about a minute 45 left. So yeah, you
yeah,
definitely could have gone last time, but it's hard to
I
know.
could have, but it's
The
hard to
nerves
know
get
though.
to you as the
Yeah,
timer gets down there. It gets a little harder, it's scary.
we did see the course beforehand, but it's different to like run the course, and I know that I did trip up towards the end too, and that got me a little nervous. So
Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
took you 2 tries. Like, your
yeah,
first try, you got really close to the end, and you fell, and then I think it was more than 2 tries, because then I think the first couple, like, you messed up a couple jumps at the start, the
yeah,
nerves kinda started
the
getting.
nerves.
Mhm, mhm.
That's definitely something I gotta reel in sometimes. Once I get a misstep, it's kind of hard for me to find that confidence again. So I liked having that extra time, just for that reason. And then when it came time to decide who should go up next, I was torn between sending up Nacho and Dia. And Dia literally came up to me and was like, "Send me in next." And I even asked them, "Are you sure? Are you confident about this?" And they were like, "Yeah." Totally did not do it. They were close
Ah,
too, I think, right? There was one attempt where
Yeah, I
they
think
made it to
right,
the
like,
ladders.
they made it right before, like, right at the ladders, and then I think the nerves just kinda got there after that attempt failed,
Yeah.
and it was just like, "Oh, no."
Similar situation, just with less time and admittedly less experience with these kind of parkours as well. So
I mean, I
that
do
was
understand
unfortunate.
Dia's logic though, because I think my logic would be like almost to do a similar thing to Dia, where it's like I volunteer to go in now because I'd rather do it while there's a lot.
Yeah. And after the season, like, obviously I asked them more about it and they were like, "Well, the rest of you were finishing it so fast. It was so much time left. I thought that I would be able to do it easily." Um and there was a chance where Dia makes it and things still go smoothly, but
Were you
uh
guys able to watch the others as they did the course? Like, were you watching Dia
no.
do this?
No, we
No.
were in the house just waiting for the result to come back. So
Okay.
it was just like a nerve-wracking, like, as the minutes passed, like, okay, this is probably past time, just the dread kind of setting in at that point.
Yeah. So I mean, that must have been rough.
It
Realizing
was.
not only is Dia out of the game, but also in a way you had a part in it. Like,
Yeah.
yes, Dia did ask, but ultimately you did send Dia in.
I did have a choice to say no. You're not going up on my watch, but part of the partnership between us is trust in each other as individuals too. And
Mhm.
if Dia was confident about that parkour, I was going to respect it and let them attempt it. So that's just how it sits with me. I mean, it wasn't the right move, but I'm not going to say that I was going to do anything different in that moment either.
I get it. I remember I was devastated seeing Dia go because,
I
like I said,
know.
I was rooting for Dia,
Ugh.
especially for Dia to be third out again because that's where they got in Big Homie
Yeah,
Forest. It was like,
it's rough.
It didn't help in the competition. You had the Grinch just kind of shit talking the whole time in the background.
oh my
I
god.
felt so bad. Like when
We've barely touched on it. I love the Grinch.
yes, yes.
Who is
My
the Grinch
friend.
Oh,
again?
I hate the
So,
Grinch.
so my friend Anthony, Big Homie season 2 winner, by the way. Um, he, yeah, I was like, hey man, you down to like just be the Grinch in this thing? Because I know he had this like goofy Grinch voice in this thing we did like a long time ago, some other random thing. I was like, dude, I mean, we're doing this Christmas thing. Like, I'd love for you to pull up and just like do the whole thing. I got like scripts for you. And he did a great job. I mean, Nifty might not agree, obviously. There's some beef there, but
Nah, he did terrible.
I
Ruined the entire spirit of the competition.
I do remember at the end, bro was like, dude, my voice is cooked. Like, he's like, Nacho's getting paid for this, and I'm not. Like, I'm killing my
That's
voice
funny.
over here.
That's funny that Nacho's getting paid and Anthony's not.
I can't even that was a really hoarse voice too. It was like "Ah, I'm the Grinch." Like if
I
I
remember.
was doing that for like the entire day, I would be miserable by the end too.
Yeah, I think
Like
Alex got jump scared when the Grinch showed up on the TV and it was like, ah! I was like, oh my god, what is that?
I'm gonna quickly be right back, but you guys can keep
Okay,
Sure.
okay. We can keep talking about how the Grinch is awful. But no, yeah, I remember Dia was going, and I think the Grinch as he was doing in your and Dell's run was like, kind of talking shit. Like Dia messed up like the first time and he was like, chirping a little bit. But then like once it like seemed like Dia was gonna like be out, I think he kind of just like stopped talking. He like kind of got not awkward, but we're like, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear Dia too getting down on themselves a little bit too, which I think adds to the bit of the tragedy of it all. Like just a little like, ah damn it. God damn it.
Yeah. And
Which
yeah.
it was just rough. Not being able to be there for the run too, to like try and encourage them through it.
Mhm.
That would have been nice, but oh wow.
I will say, I know if like say you threw Nacho in, I think Nacho, just from knowing him, he's like very good at parkour. I think he would have like cleared the course. Like especially if he's like what that would have been the third person.
Yeah.
And then at that point, Nacho's not gonna put Tucker in. You know what I mean? Like they had their
And then
fake beef
it's
going on the whole time, but like he was not gonna do that.
and then it's between Alex and Dia. Like come on. Dia probably would
Yeah.
have been going out anyway,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, but
I guess you could have taken the shot at Alex, like that's a guaranteed like he would have
that
gone
was the
out, but
same round where like well maybe the round before, but I know that I had like made a promise to Alex to like us two ride into the finale together.
yeah.
So I wasn't gonna turn on Alex if I could help it.
Yeah,
So it was just a tough position overall.
I think everybody like it became very clear early on. Like Alex also made it clear to everybody was like if I am in the Grinch's showdown, I am going to die. Like
Yeah,
I will not be in the game anymore if that is the
Alex was
case.
multiple times just kept saying that, kept dreading it, and I think that's a huge reason why we spared him the fate.
I
Just
mean,
kept him
yeah.
along.
And he backed it up too in the challenges. It was a very
Yeah,
plausible
yeah.
thing to be saying after. I think the boat race from the episode before, like he
Oh,
was
I
all the
remember.
way in the back, like didn't even finish the challenge.
God.
But
Oh,
very, very unfortunate. Dia is eliminated in day number 3. And then
but
day number
then
4.
yeah.
This is the sink or swim day. If you remember that. I think it starts
I
off. Ooh, I think Dell wins the naughty or nice. It's the race across like kind of the thing. Place the sand in the tubes. If you fall out, you're out of the
oh
challenge.
yeah, I fell way early on this one. That's why I don't remember it too well. I know that there's the thumbnail of me like on my tippy toes on the, and then I'm like one of the first to fall.
Yeah.
So
And then I think everybody kind of partners up. I'm pretty sure Dell got the choice. I'm pretty sure he chose you as his partner.
yep, Dell and I teamed up. And then we ended up having a really good coordination between us. Like he did the parkour bit. I was good enough to do the shulker box to get the
Yeah.
last bit, and then I took on the word puzzle. And like the hardest word on there was like the 6-letter Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I got that, the rest of it just kept clicking into place. Dell did help me out too with like suggestions of what to do with the letters, but like I had it locked down after Grinch, and I think
Yeah.
that's where everyone else is getting stuck on it. So, as we know from Big Homie 3, word puzzles definitely my forte. No one can top notations.
Of course, of course. So y'all won that challenge, but before that challenge even started, Dell has to give one of the teams a disadvantage,
Yeah,
and he
and
tries to
he
give
tried it.
your team the disadvantage.
He tried it.
Gasp.
Why the hell? I don't know if he actually wanted me out or if he was, because earlier I know that he was like trying to give himself a disadvantage too. He was like really trying to handicap himself multiple times throughout the
Yeah.
challenges.
That was his
I don't
thing.
know.
He's just Mr. Disadvantage. He's like, please give it to me. And people just sometimes didn't give it to him. It was kind of funny.
So like he tried it.
I'm
It
a
was
simple
not
man. Someone
allowed.
asks for a disadvantage, I'll give it to them.
I don't remember who he did end up giving it to between the other two pairings, but
Yeah.
it wasn't
I don't
us.
mm-hmm. And I don't think it really ended up. I think y'all were like not I know one of the like some of the teams made it to the crossword, but once like you said, once you got the Grinch like in the middle, like it was just y'all were
That
home
was it.
free. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, uh,
Um Oh yeah, you get a little decision this episode as well because I think how it ended up being you and Dell obviously safe for the round,
mhm.
and it was decided that so between the pairs you guys got to choose to save one of the people. I think you got to choose between Nacho and Alex which
Yep.
one would be safe, and Dell got to choose between Tucker and Landon who would be safe. Um,
Uh, my choice was pretty cut and dry, and at this point, I mean, I had my suspicions on Dell playing the game harder than us, so there was a part of me that thought maybe Landon goes up here. I didn't fully believe it though until it happened and he fucking saved Tucker. Like, what the hell, dude?
yeah. I I was like, "Oh my god, this is going to be finally the Nacho versus Tucker that's been hyped up the entire day, with their fake
Yeah.
beef they have going on." And
And
then
then it just drops Landon
mhm,
in there against Nacho.
and
Whoops.
yeah. It was a ladder endurance. They were both hanging on for a little bit, but Landon unfortunately takes the tumble, which keeps your I mean obviously Dell kept your arch nemesis safe in the game, and then his number one accomplice too is then safe, and Landon, somebody
Yeah.
you had been working with, is eliminated.
So going into the last round, I was definitely looking to get out Dell if I could. Tucker was on the back burner still. Dell was more of the main priority, especially with his performance in the challenges leading up to this. It was very clear to me that Dell was the biggest threat going into finale, regardless of if I was there or not to go up against him. Um, so it was It was that last round. I like to equate it to like a slip, trip, and a tumble because that's kind of literally what happened. Every step of the way, just I kept getting pushed back further and further from being able to survive.
Yeah.
Uh, it started out with was it the we had to cut up a whole gingerbread or whatever?
Yeah, the naughty or nice was like the gingerbread eating thing where you have to like
Yeah.
destroy the whole thing, and I think your buddy Tucker came out on top of that
Yep.
the challenge.
And then Tucker had the ability to choose one person who would not be going into the next round to see who would be safe from the Jingle Bell Brawl. Wasn't that it? Or no, because
Yeah, so
there were
there were
4
two.
challenges this week.
Yeah, there was two chances that this round to
Yeah.
make it to the finale, and you were basically robbed of one of the chances to win your way into the finale, which ended up being kind of a funny moment still. Not good for you, obviously, because I mean, we all know you would have
I would have. I
I
would have
mean,
taken on that Otev like no one else's business, and Brayden knows it. I know that Brayden was hyped to see me crash and burn this time finally, but nah, that wasn't gonna happen.
yes,
It
one of the
just
main selling points to Braid, I was like, dude, Nifty could make it to OTEV and you'd be hosting it. He's like, oh my god, yes. And then
you know
Tucker picks you to sit out, and he was so sad.
Brayden was even like to Tucker, like, "Are you sure? Are you sure that's what you want to do? Are you 100% certain?" And Tucker just kept being like, "Yeah, yeah, dude, I want Nifty to sit this one out. He tried to get me out first."
So
But
yeah,
anyway,
Brayden shows up here, and I'm like, God damn, everyone really is from season. Because at this
truly,
point, there's 4 players, 5, 6. It's like me, Rib, Kaylin. Is that it?
Oh wait,
that's
hold on. The
It can't be.
Maddox was not there. Maddox, he wasn't even
Maddox.
that
spectating
too.
or anything, so he
All
was
right,
not there.
Was Kaylin
Uh,
on prod for this?
I don't think so either.
no,
So Kalen was not there. Yeah, a lot of the season 4 cast showed up.
it was kind of like a season 4 run back in a way,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Rob,
And
this could have been your time.
Rah! Don't make me be a half-hour heads up. Actually invite me next time. Like, put it on a damn calendar.
My bad.
Yeah, so I sit out of OTEV. I
Reindeer
don't get the
Games season
chance
2.
to I don't get the chance to fight off against Braden again in OTEV. Unfortunate. Um, and then we move into trivia.
Ooh,
Ooh.
dun dun dun. It's you
Eh,
facing off against your biggest op, Tucker, and his best friend Nacho.
yeah. So odds were stacked against me once again. Um, I actually was doing pretty well in this one. You know, even despite being colorblind, I was the only one to get the sock colored sock question right. So that was a big win for me. um
Hey,
but
you're colorblind? I didn't know that.
I'm red green colorblind, yeah. This always comes as a shock to people. I
Which
play
isn't
these
great for the
games.
Christmas season. That's not a
Yeah,
great. That's not
no.
great.
Christmas is not my favorite time of the year when it comes to the palettes everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna sidebar real quick with a fun little story.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is something that you two have ever experienced with your families, but um, whenever Christmas came around, like Christmas morning, my mom would hide a little pickle in the Christmas tree ornaments, and the first one to find it would get like $5 or something. Just another additional little gift thing. Every year, almost every year, I would lose to my sister. And it we didn't know that I was red green colorblind for so many years.
No.
But when it was revealed later, it was like it's such a handicap that like the next Christmas, my mom just slipped in like an extra like 30 or some dollars into my stocking to make up for the like lost years. So
Oh man.
anyway, yeah,
I know at least for my house, we had the pickled ornament. We never actually like did. But I have heard.
yeah. So just a little tradition that we had that we stopped doing after we found out about my disability.
Fair
Um,
enough.
and I think it's interesting that like I play in these games and every now and again it comes up. Um, but I've never made like a huge complaint out of it or like I listed in the application, but I don't think most people actually understand red green color blindness or keep it in mind when they're like designing challenges. Um, so
Yeah.
I think it slips a lot of people's minds, but I don't feel like it's been a huge disadvantage for me. It just comes up every now and again. Little details like that where, I
You know
won't
what?
be paying attention to the color as much or won't be able to solve like a flow puzzle in a survivor or whatever. So
You know what I'm gonna do actually right now is I am going to take note for my own self that when I
please
do
do.
sign up forms in the
Please.
future, that there's a section being like, "Hey, are there any disabilities we should be aware of? Color
Yeah.
blindness, really hard of hearing, or whatever it is."
Yeah. That is smart.
Yeah. I think it's there's just little things like that where people don't realize like it can come up. The red green color blindness is it only pops up in men. So and it's actually more common than you might think. So
Yeah.
something to keep in mind for the future.
No,
Um
yeah.
I'll
I
look into that.
remember.
I like the Tez Katara blocks because those actually have patterns on them and still coordinate with colors. So I think that's
Ooh.
a great way if you're gonna do a
Ooh.
color-based challenge. This is a shout out to any host listening. Just little things like that. Doing patterns or numbers instead of colors can help ease over any sort of color disability that you might run into in the future. So shout out to that.
Alright.
Oh yeah. See, I remember you saying that during the challenge and me like low key freaking out because one of the challenges in like the next episode, like the reindeer
Yeah.
games, was the homies comics challenge where it's like, oh, people might have different color outfits, like spot the difference.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
The
no, this
Oh
armor.
might be
no!
Yeah.
terrible. This might be
That's
we gotta figure out
Brett getting
something
canceled.
if Nifty's in this challenge, we need to figure something. We might have to change it. I was like,
that's the
oh shoot.
other yeah, that's the other type of challenge that I hate with my disability. Where it's like memorize the armor outfit that they put
Mm.
down, or like if they put down a series of items that you didn't have to replicate. There was one season I played in where it was like they had the jungle in the background of the items. There wasn't like a backdrop to separate the items from the jungle background, and there was green shit all over, and
Oh
I could
no.
not tell. I could not tell half of the things that were up there because
Oh
it just
no.
blended in from a distance.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, I we did confirm afterwards though that like I would have been able to tell the difference. So, good on that. I'm glad that you were you know, wanting to follow up on that and keep it in mind for the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
But I
think you
lost the trivia.
yeah, you came close. I think it came down to like the last question or like something like that. There was like I think the last question was like how many custom paintings or like whatever are in the house. And I
Yeah.
think you got it right. You were like off by one, and like you and somebody else both thought some I think it was like one of the newer Minecraft paintings. You thought it was like a custom one, but it wasn't actually like
And
a
it
custom
wasn't.
picture.
And when I
Yeah,
looked at the house later, I could definitely see that it wasn't custom because it was pretty clear like the custom paintings didn't have the same border around them as the others did. So you
yeah.
could tell, but it was just such a small detail that I wasn't able to recall in the moment. And I lost the trivia by one question.
You
And
Tucker.
Tucker
Yep.
Tucker ends up winning over me, the bastard.
Whoops.
uh,
That
so
wasn't in the script.
it ends up
Yeah.
becoming me versus Nacho in guess what? Another PvP challenge.
This
I
time in the
mean,
sky.
yeah, it was just a sumo. We had to make sure to stay on the platform that was getting ever smaller. It was a snowflake that was melting away. I liked that thematic touch. Um, and we had snowballs in our hands that we used as like boxing gloves. Um, I remember holding out for a while, but you know, not being the best at PvP, not having the greatest connection, living up in rural Minnesota at the time, I knew that it was probably just a matter of time before I got out in that one. So I fell off. I threw both my snowballs at Nacho desperately in a last attempt, and then slammed into the ground. And I just sitting there staring at the death screen for like a minute. I remember one of you asked, like, "Are you there? Are you okay?" And I was just like, I'm dead, man. I'm just laying here dead."
Yeah, I think I remember. I think one of your cats like crawled on your desk during the challenge, and you can like hear it in the video. You're like, "Get down, kitty,
Yeah,
please!"
yes,
So I'm
my cat
scrolling through the
this was
video
that challenge.
with subtitles on, and it just came up. Oh my god, cat! Please, please, no! Get off the counter, kitty!
My cat Felice, she will pop up onto my desk and try to get my attention at the worst of times. Um, this is another fun story from another season. There was one time I was doing a confessional for a survivor. She comes up onto the desk and then just throws up all over the desk in the middle of my confessional, and I just have to be like, "Oh my god, well, I need a minute here. I gotta clean this up
Oh my
mid
god!
confessional." And the host was quiet the whole time, let me do my thing, but I just felt so bad about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she she's probably the biggest handicap that I have with these things nowadays.
Well, at least it's an adorable handicap.
It is, yeah. I mean, I wish she would know the boundaries a little bit better, but I spoil her too much. It's definitely on me.
So you are eliminated right before the finale.
Yes.
Unfortunate. So say, okay, let's go into some hypothetical universes here, right? Say your cat doesn't get on the desk. Say you punch a little bit harder, with your little snowball boxing gloves. Say Nacho falls off, and we make it into a finale of you, Dell, Tucker, and Alex. How do you think, like, what do you think your chances were of pulling out a win if you were able to make it there?
Yeah, I mean, I did watch most of the final finale challenges as a spectator. Um and I got a pretty good sense of how the competitions were laid out. I think I could have made it to the top 2, but at that point, if I'm up against Dell, I don't think I win. If I'm up
Yeah.
against Tucker, maybe, because that puzzle portion at the end,
Oh, he would have
like
been cooked. Another map puzzle? Oh no. And it was a huge one too.
and unfortunately, I'm not going to entertain the idea of a final 2 with me and Alex. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
If it does happen somehow, I definitely win the season. But
Hmm.
um, I think Dell would have been my biggest competition still going into the end. I had that read at Final 5. I just did not get any opportunity to actually set that into motion at all. That round became pure trying to survive every step of the way. So
Yeah. So, the final four, we had Nacho, Alex, Tucker, and Dell. Who are you pulling for out of the final four? I mean,
Alex, of
of
course.
course. I mean, of course. Like, who was it? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I mean, out of the 4 of them, when Nacho got to the end against Dell, I think I was definitely more on Nacho's side going into that. I would have liked an original homie to win the season.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to go back into it too much, but just Dell's whole thing with Robster still rubbed so many of us the wrong way that I don't think many of us were excited to see him as the
Hmm.
winner in that moment. But he still pulled it out, and he won the season fair and square, so can't really do much against that.
Yeah. And, it was a very close, like, final challenge. It came down to the map.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh my God, yeah, is Nacho gonna win? Like, for a minute, he was like ahead of
he
Dell.
was. He
And I
was
was like,
looking real good, and then just got caught up on like one corner.
yeah. And I think it is very funny, very poetic, because in the first episode, when you put Tucker into that map challenge and he was fumbling so bad, everybody up in the spectators, like Nacho was like, dude, you are so awful at the map. Like, just look at the clouds. Like, what are you doing? And then Nacho ultimately falls just short because of a map puzzle where he
Yeah.
had the lead at the end. So
Gosh.
in that sense, it kind of came full circle.
So, yeah, that's the end of Big Homie Reindeer Games. We got our new Santa Claus, Dell, the
Oh,
person who murdered both of the cats in the house and was happily replacing the Grinch's position. Yay!
yeah, Christmas.
Christmas is
yeah.
saved? Question mark.
Yeah, Christmas. I think there was still like Dell hadn't fully taken over like as Santa Claus last Christmas. I think this is the first Christmas with him
Oh, yeah.
fully like locked into the job, like he's got the ropes. So we might have an awful Christmas. I think it's gonna be really bad.
Oh no.
Steer clear of your chimneys for a red monster suddenly forcing its way into your house.
Yeah.
You know what they say? He sees you when you're sleeping.
Oh no.
No, with those wide eyes. Oh god.
Dude, if I woke up in the middle of the night and had Dell's friggin' Minecraft character staring at me, like that is actually horror fuel.
Oh my god.
Pure red, eyes wide, like, hey.
I don't know if his skin is supposed to be it, but it's almost like a knockoff Elmo. And it's like terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some
scary
people
eyes.
equate it to Elmo. Corkhager's skin is definitely more Elmo-like than Dell's. Like
Yeah.
100%. Dell is
I'd
just
have
like
to
some
take a
kind
look
of
at
imp
it.
from hell, man.
Well, do you have any like final thoughts like on this season, like as a whole? Like anything you think you could have done different maybe to make it farther, or like
I mean, every round I either won the power or I was in the Jingle Bell Brawl. There was no week of like pure safety for me. So I was constantly playing those challenges and winning them until the very end. Which I think is fine in a very challenge-based competition. If you can just keep proving yourself over and over, like why not? I just did not find that momentum in that last round. So I don't know what else to do differently other than, maybe answering a trivia question differently or whatever.
I was gonna say, next time you do Reindeer Games Season 2, you gotta make sure you count the paintings correctly.
Yes,
yeah.
of
That's
course.
all you were
All the
missing.
paintings, all the Christmas trees, all the socks above every fireplace. Yeah. Just gotta keep like a note card on the side with tally marks like a madman counting the days he's been trapped in the house for.
On the one hand, part of me is like, I would be shut at that, and then on the other hand, I'm like, well, the one HOH comp I won was trivia, so.
Yeah. I still had a fun time overall. It was nice being into the character of like, Saint Nifty Nick, trying to become the new Santa, beefing it up with the Grinch. I had a lot of fun with it, of course, from start to end. So yeah, it was just a nice time. I don't think I really cared about how I placed overall. As long as I, made something of the experience for myself and the others around me. I know that I said I was Saint Nifty Nick, but I got really sassy during the first round. I
Sassy
remember
Nifty Nick.
that. Yeah, just like, yeah, especially with having Mike put some trust into me in that first challenge and then going around putting him up. And the same with Tucker, trying to condemn him to the same fate. So maybe not quite as much of a saint as I was trying to come off as, but it was all for the fun of it. I think a lot of other people had a nice time too overall. So yeah, good season. Definitely the most unique format and recorded game show I played in ever. Um, I've tried to get into a few more challenge-based game shows in the past, but those have such a skill barrier nowadays. And even back then, like I wasn't as good at the competitions, so I wasn't getting into any of those. It was nice to be invited into this though for a change and actually be able to prove myself a little bit too.
I mean, we loved having you too. Always, always, I will say, like, my favorite person to like do confessionals with because you were just very great. And
Thank you.
especially this season, like you said, getting into the character, like every time I was editing the season and like you're doing like your whole shtick, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I think the first confession of the season is just you going, ho ho ho, yeah, big homie is
Big
back.
homie is back. I
Yeah.
remember this very vividly. Oh.
Did you enjoy your mixed string lights bundle?
Oh yeah, the rewards.
I remember thinking to myself, I better put this on during the season, bro. This was at least I got something out of this. I completely forgot about it. I still have it, so I guess I can use it, this year and
Real.
any other year going forward if I remember it.
Yeah.
Is that like a Discord thing or what is
Yeah.
this?
It was a little like you put it on top of your profile picture. It's like an overlay.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh
Yeah, so you'll have to use it for this upcoming season then.
yeah.
Winners.
The gift just reminded me another thing that was like the most like heartbreaking thing ever. Like after Dia's such like emotional exit, I think they got Cole as the present. I
Yeah.
was like, oh
Dia
no,
chose their favorite color, yellow, and it failed them.
got
No.
Cole. I was so sad when I like was watching that back. I was like, oh no.
I remember you put out someone had put out a full list of like what was behind each of them. I think there were only like 2 Coles.
Mhm.
So
Actually, now that I look at it again, Nifty, you chose the present that I wanted the whole time, which is the
Oh.
orange one.
the orange, yeah. Orange is my
orange
favorite
is my
color.
favorite color. Yeah, orange is my favorite color. It's the best
Yeah,
color.
I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, why else would I be wearing this orange dog skin,
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun time. I liked having it was nice seeing the rotating cast of production members too, all the elves chipping in
Oh,
alongside
yeah.
the Grinch. So it was like Big Homie 3 really felt more like Brett's show. This one felt like Brett and Co. Like all the co-hosts coming in to really make the vibe of it that much better. So shout
Yeah,
out to
'cause,
the
I mean-
entire production team on that one.
Hell yeah.
It definitely seemed, at least from watching it, that you had a lot more of a hands on this, Brett.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, it was almost like the Grinch hosting more than you.
I was a lot more just behind the scenes. Like I typed up all of the scripts for like everything and then got everybody and was like, all right, y'all cook. I believe in you. Like Mr. Grinch, I know you got it. I think it was Joe, Andy, and Braden. I knew they were gonna do great. Like I just kind of was like, all right, let's do it. I was, and I'm very happy with how it turned out too. I think everybody did just such a great job.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I don't have much else to say on this season. I don't know if either of you do, but
I don't think so. I think I'm good.
Yeah, it was
all
a
right.
jolly time, I must say.
Yeah,
Well, thank
thanks
you.
for,
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, Nifty.
of course.
Those of you watching still, I hope you enjoyed listening to this dive into Big Homie Reindeer Games. I will say, we're starting to reveal, well, as I were, I'm not involved in it. Right, I'm only going to say Brett because he's not the host. But, Big Homie Season 5 cast reveal is slowly happening. I think, half the cast has been revealed so far?
I think there's
2
there's,
people
like,
left.
Yes, 2 people left.
Oh, okay. So most of the cast has been revealed, just 2 people left. Very excited to see who those 2 people are and how the season came out. So if you're interested in checking out Big Homie stuff, definitely do so. Big Homie puts out a lot of amazing content. I was on Big Homie Season 4. Nifty, you were on Season 3.
Yep.
So definitely give those a watch, as well as Reindeer Games. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.